Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make the most moist Swedish cinnamon bun. So if you want to learn how to make this super delicious bun, you have to watch until the end. Welcome, my name is Esti and you're watching Sugarholic Food and Travel channel. If you're looking for fast, healthy, simple recipes, this is the channel for you, and also some local influence traveling tips. So this is at my workplace. It's really sunny, very nice weather today. I thought I'm going to show you guys how I work and when I'm making buns. This is the recipe that I tried earlier on. So I'm just going to show you as quickly as possible so I don't waste time. And let me tell you what I have prepared here. Actually, I prepared 1 liter of milk, and then I put some 200 butters and a little bit of salt. And I lazy method, I instead of putting it on a pan, I warm it in the microwave. So now this is not very hot. It was very hot when you boil everything in the microwave. So you have to make sure you don't have this like boiling hot. So if it's too hot, my tips is add some cool ice water to speed up the cooling process. And then over here I have 2 deciliter of sugar. So remember, this amount is for my cafe and I am making huge portion, and I want you guys to realize that you must be wondering how come her portion is so big, right? So it's actually for the cafe. So I'm gonna post these recipes at the end of this video, so make sure you watch them until the end. All right, so yeast, I have bought the one that is fresh yeast. So as you can see, let me just show you how it looks like. It's very shiny here. So this is how it looks like. Usually in the morning when I come, I will just make this yeast right away so I don't waste time, because this thing take like 10-15 minutes to raise. So when it is like this, you know, it means that the yeast is working. And to make it work faster, you add some sugar. You don't have to add a lot, just some sugar, and let it sit for 15 minutes, and then you will see the magic happen. Okay, so without further delay, let me just start the machine. Today, I'm so happy for this machine. As you guys probably realize that this is a machine that saved my life, making my work much easier. So I like it because it's top loading, and usually what I do is that I put all the liquid in here first. The butter, the milk, everything in first. Alright, empty, followed by the sugar, and then followed by the yeast. But because I'm making more of the portion, so I'm going to show you how I do the yeast later. Okay, when this is running, I'm going to show you how I prepare the fillings and the yeast. So let's start this machine. So this is my flour. Usually I don't measure, I feel it, because really you have to, you know, you have to feel it. So to make it more easier for me to pick up, instead of picking this up with this small spoon or measurement cups, I use this. This is better. So I just mix everything together. The flour. This recipe is extremely moist. The reason why it is because it is baked in the long pan, not the pan that you wear, but in Swedish we call it långpanna. It means a big baking pan. It's really simple, but the last time I did using the folding part. I wasn't so happy with the result because I noticed the folded part, that part has a lot of bread. And today I'm going to try another method, and I hope this method will work. So without further delay, I'm going to just start this machine. Before I do that, let me tell you the secret of making super soft moist bread is to run this machine as long as possible. So as you can see, this machine has something in the center here that will help to whip everything out, and then the side it will scratch. I find that I understand why Electrolux is never stop selling this machine. They've been selling this machine like 100 years. So not 100 years, at least 50 years. So it's why I think Swedish people, they are so good in baking. It is because of the help of this fantastic machine. So some of you might not seen this. So if you want to buy this, you can check out my Amazon page, my Amazon store, with the link is below. I'm going to include the link directly to this machine so that you can have a look and read the review before you buy them, because you'll be surprised. A lot of people, American people especially, they love this machine. I'm going to start this machine now, and then while this is running, I'm going to show you how to do the rest of the ingredient. All right, let's. Usually there is a timer here up to 15 minutes, and then there is like a speed here from the lowest to the highest. So usually I always on to the maximum to the 15 minutes, and then here I always start off by the slowest first, and then look. So you can adjust this one to the side. So if you adjust this to the side, it means that it will reach more. But because I'm adding more flour, so I'm going to just slowly add them. I'll stop here, and I'll have to feel it. My hand is tired. Okay, now I'm going to increase the speed. And I could move this if I want. I can move this to the side a little bit if I want. So the dough got more worked out. Okay, so usually I like to feel the texture and see if it is really soft. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Okay, when you are touching the dough, you make sure that it is still a little bit sticky. Yeah, and you want to make sure that they are very, very soft. So in this situation, when the dough is sticking to your hand, it means that it is still required some flour. So usually I will add just a little bit at a time. I don't want to add any more because I want this dough to be super, super soft. So let's start the machine again. Oh, I have a too high a machine. Too powerful. Let me just start off. So when you pour the flour, it's better to pour to the side instead of on the dough itself. Okay, so remember to pour the flour like I did was wrong. I poured it on top. So just pour it at the side. Okay, I'm going to let this run and I'm going to show you how I do the rest of the ingredients. So I will always come back and check and feel the dough. Okay, now the dough is almost done. And then you need to run this for at least 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to start this for 15 minutes now. So on this pan, I'm going to put some cooking oil. Let's go further a little bit so you can see. Okay guys, I have to slow down this one because I noticed that the dough is to the side too much. So I fasten this, I secure the space by fastening this to the side so that it's not so much to the side. So you want to make sure if it is coming to the side, the dough, so you make sure that you push this mixer into further away so that the dough will not get stuck here. So you need to tighten this. Voila. Okay. Yeah. So grease the mold because I'm going to put my dough in here. So you want to make sure it doesn't stick to this. Alright, get ready for this. And then I'm going to show you how I put the yeast. The yeast bowl. This is the dry yeast. Okay, the bowl, the yeast. There are two different types of yeast in Sweden. This is the sweet yeast. This is for the salty yeast, like you make bread and all that. So this is the one. And if you're making a sweet bread, it's the red one. That's the difference. Okay, and then you pour the yeast. And then this is some water. Just a bit. And then fill it with your hand. Oh, because normally dry yeast, you have to use quite a warm water. So I usually like to add some sugar. Just a bit of sugar. And then followed by the water. Okay. I think the water is okay. I'm going to just add a little bit more of water. Oh! My tea. You want to mix this. You want to mix this until they are really smooth. At least you don't get some lumps. You see there's some lumps here, right? So make sure you mix this well. Okay, I'm gonna use 2 hands to mix this. Make sure you get a really smooth texture. Like a mixture of very creamy latte. Alright? Okay, that's it. And then I like to cover it so that I can speed up the yeast process. So you cover this with a plastic film. Oh. Okay. Just let it sit there. Yeah. And then I'm going to prepare the mixture for my next batch of bread. So this is how I do it. I like to cut the butter into smaller pieces so you don't have to boil it for too long. About 200 grams of butter. I always like to put a little bit more because it's better. The bread become more soft and more chewy. And these are some lactose free. Everything I make here today is lactose free. So if you are from Asia and you can't handle the milk, this is the right channel for you because I have that problem with lactose. So butter, I'm going to remove this. And then milk. A whole liter of milk. And then I'm going to pop this into my microwave. And let's check the bread. We have about 4 more minutes to go. So let me just show you how I mix the fillings for the cinnamon bun. In a clean bowl, cinnamon, if you have brown sugar, you add brown sugar. If you don't have, you can add white sugar. So I'm adding about 2 deciliter of sugar, or maybe 3. because I'm making layers of cinnamon. And if you make this one too much, it's okay. You can still freeze them or put them in the refrigerator. About 1 cinnamon powder. And then you want to mix them. If you like, you can add some salt in it. I kind of like a bit of salt because I find it's a bit too sweet for my taste. So you can also add chocolate powder. So what you do is you add a small portion of cinnamon and 75%, 25% of cinnamon and 75% of sugar. And you put the equivalent amount of spice if you want. Usually the ratio for sugar is 2 to 1. Okay, this is done. Put it aside. And now I'm going to make the butter. Butter will be quite a lot, I can say, because you want this to be really nice and soft. So usually for this amount, I usually put about 400 grams of sugar. Okay, I think this is enough. So let's put it here. Them in the refrigerator. Right. Now I'm going to melt this in the microwave. So this is the one that I have melted the butter. I can feel that the milk is warm. So the butter is not completely melted yet, but it is okay because I'm going to let the temperature slowly soften the butter. You don't have to really melt them, as long as the butter is soft. Okay, so I'll put this aside. So now the dough is ready. I'm going to mix this one. And once I'm done with the mixture, so I'm going to take a pause later, and then I'm going to come back and show you how it looks like. But now, let's take a look here. The dough is almost ready. You see, it's really, really soft. So this is the right texture you want. Soft, not dry. So you want to take this out and put them into the bowl later on. Okay. As you can see, the butter is melted, so you can pour the sugar and the cinnamon and mix them. So I usually like to prepare this in advance and then keep these in room temperature. You don't have to put them in the freezer or refrigerator. Here, the room here is inside is about 19-20 degrees Celsius. So if you are a warm country, maybe you have to put them in the refrigerator for a while. And then you want to get these really soft, smooth mixture. Okay, I'm gonna add the rest. So this amount is enough to make 30, 60, 120 buns. So remember, if you just join us, this recipe, the one that I'm going to give you, is just for 30 buns. Okay, so you get this really nice smooth mixture. You can let it set aside. So when you want to spread it later to the bun, it will be it can be spread very easily. Yeah. So this is what you want to reach. All right. Now, I'm going to show you a special way to work. When I work, I think about my back. So I want to make sure that you know, my workspace is clear. So, you know, working in a big kitchen, you have to really take care of your shoulder. And I'm working with big portion. So usually I'm very concerned. The reason why I move the bread bowl into the sink is because, let me just show you how I remove my bread first. The reason why I remove this is because, you see, this is very easy to remove. It's because I have a bad shoulder and I don't want to injure my shoulder. And it's also very good that, you know, you keep your shoulder comfortable when you are especially lifting and moving heavy dough. And over here, you just lift this thing up and then you push it to the side or unlock this. This is like heavy metal. So it's really lasting. This can last you like a few generations, I can guarantee you for that. Right? See how easy it is? Clean. So now lift this up. It's very heavy. So let's go to the sink. This is my sink. So usually I like to scrape it off because, as you can see, when I'm working, I'm actually using the surface of the sink so that I don't have to lift this and then move it. No, you don't have to do that. Put it near the sink and then you just make sure that you, it's so heavy. I always like to scrape this one to the side first, like this. And then sometimes I take this out because I find it's easier. It's always loosened all the time. So it's no point having that. So this bread machine can make this portion. You should be able to make 70 buns easily, or 80 even, at one go. So put this at the end here. Just let it rest. Let it do its works. You don't have to batter with it. Just let it do its work. So now you just have to, voila, right? then now you want to put a plastic on top, and you want to rest this. And it's half an hour, 30 minutes before you pick it up and work it on the table countertop. So I'm going to stop this live streaming, and I'm going to invite you to join me again later, because I want to do the second patch of this, and you have already seen the first patch, so you know what to do. So about 45 minutes later, I'm going to be logging in, and I'm going to show you how I roll out and how to make this layered cinnamon bun. Yeah, so I see you